evidence. That's the shock that some of you will see. A lot of you will be shocked, like, how could the tribunal reject? How could the tribunal legitimize him? This is nonsense. The same way some of you are shocked with the abracadabra of INEC, and you are still wondering, how could they let this happen? How did this even happen? Like, why would they, you know what I mean, right? But for people like us, we know they're too shocked anymore. You know, even they shock us. Sure, you get. So you may be shocked. Breaking news. The Court of Tribunal thrown out Peter Obi's petition, Atifku's petition for lack of merit. You know how you are going to be enraged? Me, I'm not going to be angry. Why should I? Shock. Nigeria shocked me. Again, I have a choice on waiting to shock me now. So you don't get to shock, to let Nigeria shock you. Unprepared. So like I said, a lot of us have taken that, sure you get. But what's going to happen if the court removes him? Will the heaven fall? All of us go evaporate? Nigeria go break? Like, what do you think will happen if the court says, so you are removing him? Because as it is going right now, there is nothing that can remove Kolu except Asarailu. You know Mr. Asarailu, Abi? The one that can take any, whether you are young or you are old, whether you are sick or you are heavy and all, hearty and all that, it doesn't matter. Mr. Asarailu takes every one of us just whenever we believe it is our time, you know, that kind of thing. That's the only thing that can take Kolu. Based on my own experience with Nigeria and Neo, like I said, we have the right to agree to disagree. Disagree to agree, Denny. You get what I'm trying to say, right? But what's going to happen if the court says, so you remove him? Are we going to disappear? This guy seems to have something. And in fact, it's actually a stretch of press conference asking that all eyes on you, Judiciary. The military are saying all eyes on Judiciary. Can you believe that? In Nigeria right now, soldiers are saying all eyes on Judiciary. Police are saying all eyes on Judiciary. Students are saying all eyes on Judiciary. Workers are saying all eyes on Judiciary. Even those who are kind of into hookup. Because no patronage from anywhere. Everybody's feeling the brunt. APC, Egbekegbe are saying all eyes on Judiciary. You won't believe that, Abi. You don't believe that. I'm telling you. The shege is kind of widespread right now. That even those who told you that wait for Saul and Paul, Abina Joshua, Abi with Taloni Kedrode, they themselves are saying all eyes on Judiciary. So which means almost everybody is now saying, everybody is hoping that Judiciary will come and save you. Oh my, Judiciary is under so much pressure right now. People are, you know, the other things get in Nigeria every day right now. The desperate people are becoming, especially those who are waiting on Judiciary. There are some of them who are already posting the pictures, family photos of these judges. No do we, no kill us, remove this man, remove kiniko, all that stuff, like reacting. People are kind of going shoko right now. And it seems that now warm up on a day. Now warm up with you, it never starts. I don't mean to mock you or laugh at you. I'm just telling you the truth. You know, sometimes I wish I could tell you how bad things are going to get. Like if I have that kind of gift, the gift to like step by step, articulately explain to you how things are going to get bad, how worse things are going to get in Nigeria. I wish I could tell you so that you understand it like a picture. Things are going to get so bad, that a lot of you will wish that this day or that day never, that day never meet you alive. Again, I'm not wishing you bad though. It's not that, you are wishing us. No. I am wishing you what you wished yourself. Especially those of you, the Lagos Abobaku, Soshogbo, Alimajiris. See, it's going to get so bad that even Tifnumbu will sit down and ask himself, why did I say I want to be president for your long? I'm not joking. He's going to kind of be so confused, like what is really going on? Even when they pretend to have good intention, listen, we have this intention, maybe we want to solve this problem, it's going to blow back in a way that it's going to even make things worse. Tifnumbu and some of these guys, they are going to sit down and look around. You see the fear they have for the consequences of what they are doing. They are so worried, they are so scared that make all of you not just wake up one day and start chasing them, picking them up like that kind of riot, revolution. The hunger is out of this world. You are beginning to see people walking. You go see person will stand next to you at the bus stop. As you are waiting for the bus to come, they will collapse and they will die. You begin to see people. They will say this one die on that street. That one die for that place. So this, you know what I mean? Like things are going to be happening enough that they are worried. Sure, you get? They are worried that maybe one day all of you are going to just wake up. And that's why they are doing everything to continue to hammer it to your ears and all of that. Like, if you try anything, like if you protest on the approved and all of that, it's going to be treason. And the soldiers can kill you. And all of these things, they are scared. But it's going to get worse. I don't know how to explain that to you. It's going to get so worse that, hey, I keep repeating worse. Like, my ego just tell us, I don't know how to tell you. I wish I have that gift to give you the stage by stage, how the entire thing is going to collapse over Tifnumbu. And he is not even helping himself right now. Or should I say, the rogues around him too, they are not helping. They're kind of making him feel like, is what? Is their own Spartacus, Abby? It doesn't matter. It will collapse. The economy will collapse. Jobs, businesses, And to even make it worse, corruption will go off the roof. So what is the worst that can happen? If the court says, remove this rogue, what do you go do? Listen to this. Like I said, they believe nothing is going to happen. Heaven is going to fall. It will be removed and nada will happen. I'll say, okay. Now listen.
Maiden press conference of the People's Democratic Coalition being hosted by our Rivers State chapter, tagged Nigeria Judiciary, Save Our Democracy. The events of the past month leading to the conduct of the 2023 general elections and the outcry of Nigerians following the outcome, which is widely believed not to reflect the will of the majority of the electorate, is not new to us gathered here this afternoon. This verdict has been expressed by local and international observers and crowned by the much detailed and indicting report of the EU election group, observer group, and INEC presided over the most shabbily organized election in the history of our country. Today, the battle for the redemption of our democracy has moved to the temple of justice. Can Nigeria Judiciary stand up to the occasion and save our democracy? This is the reason we are gathered here today, to urge our judiciary not just to redeem their image, but to save our democracy and write their names in the gold plate of history, to resist all forms of intimidation from every quarter and deliver justice to the people of Nigeria. The statement credited to the Nigerian ambassador to the Republic of Guinea, John James Usanga, that annulment of the 2023 presidential election on the basis of the less than 25% votes scored by Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a wake-up knock for vigilance and for us to state the facts as it is before the truth is distorted. It is no longer a hidden fact that outside the manipulations and distortion of the February 25th, 2023 election results that brought him to power, there were other weighty controversial issues about the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu that squarely disqualified him and made him ineligible to be fielded as a presidential candidate ab initio. Amongst were the forfeiture of money to the US government some years ago, fielding a fake degree to the Nigerian electoral body, lie about dual nationality on the prescribed election form, which constitute forgery. Added to this was the non-achievement of 25% votes in the FCT as stated in the Nigerian electoral extant laws. It is therefore not surprising to every reasonable thinker and analyst that this government is built on illegality and cannot stand the actual test of law and will be extremely difficult to win the people's confidence. This is the reason the coup d'etat in Niger Republic and the junta will readily dismiss any statement from the Nigerian government and indeed ECOWAS as nothing and of no effect. Public remarks by social commentators across the globe had insisted that the illegality of the Nigerian president and ECOWAS leader has made it difficult to effectively intervene in the Nigerian crisis. This is an apt demonstration of the level of unacceptance this administration has subjected itself by her desperation for power. If the judiciary is muzzled down by corrupt forces that are very desperate for power, then Nigeria is doomed to eventual collapse. But if the judiciary is able to hold sway and live up to its billings at this most auspicious time, Nigeria certainly will be restored to our enviable position in the Community of Nations. Whichever, the fate of Nigeria now rests on the willingness of Nigerians to press harder for sanctity of our constitution and electoral laws and say no to injustice. Let's take back our country, wake up Nigerian youths, and reject the illegitimate INEC selected president. Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be disqualified. Thank you and God bless you.
For the disqualification of the president, are you calling for? Is it that you're calling for the tribunal to do the right thing, or the call is what particularly I don't actually understand. Is it the tribunal, or you're asking, or what basis are you calling for the disqualification of the president?
Well, the bases are clear, but we will forgive you because you said you came in late. The press conference is tagged Nigerian Judiciary Save Our Democracy. So the call is to the judiciary. And from our narrative, the elections have been conducted and the matter is before the courts. And all we are doing as a political pressure group is to ask the Nigerian judiciary to do the right thing. Of course, this call became almost very much necessitated based on the statement of the ambassador of Nigeria to Guinea-Bissau, which of course you know the ambassador represents the president and represents the nation. And so we quickly have to respond to the fact that he has said that if the president was disqualified or the election nullified on the basis of not scoring 25%, that the country will be thrown into anarchy. We saw that as an affront on the judiciary and a way to intimidate them. And so it was, and we also saw it as being economical with the truth, because 25% inability to achieve 25% is not the only case or evidence before the tribunal. And so you need
ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn.
So they gave that press statement in Rivers State, a very powerful one, to say there will be no anarchy, bao. The judiciary should follow their own law, the law of Nigeria, your electoral act, and every other thing that. I mean, it's true. Kolu violated a lot of things, like it's above your law. Let's just take it. Sure, you guys. Kolu, like others, they are above your law. Okay? And whatever this is, right? You probably will say, don't blame Kolu, blame the institutions. Whoever you want, blame. That's yours. But it's above your constitution, it's above your law. And that is the challenge. And the issue of civilian coup, where people that didn't win elections are being rigged in and being given legitimacy, is what led to all this coup that you just recently witnessed, though, especially in Niger coup. The guy that overthrown the president of Niger was also the same guy who stopped the coup that took place before the election. Just because, how could you just arrest your own opposition and jail your opposition so that they can't contest against you? And even at that, you still didn't win enough that you have to rig yourself. Now, the guy came back and just arrested you and put you away. So I have received a report that it don't happen already. They said that Nigerians in their different regions right now, or areas they believe these invaders are going to come through into their country. They have now started mounting roadblocks now in Niger Republic. It's already happening now, faster than what you probably imagine, right? I'm going to replay. I have two clips I want to share with you quickly. The first one is that of the full announcement of declaration of war on Niger Republic by ECOWAS on the summoned meeting by Tifnumbu. So I want to replay that one. And I'm going to take you straight to that dictator in Uganda, using the podium to explain to people that the war in Niger Republic, Museveni of Uganda, he's a dictator, right? So he's been in power for 34 years in Uganda, okay? He was a coupist himself, then he became a civilian, and he's been in power for 34 years. He was telling people that, listen, guys, all this democracy, blah, 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 blah thing everybody's talking about, what's going on in Niger is not about democracy. I said that, right? Here is the announcement, once again.
Extraordinary Summit of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government on the political situation in Niger, 10th August 2023, final communique. The Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States convened in an extraordinary session in Abuja, Nigeria on 10th August 2023 under the chairmanship of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Chair of the ECOWAS Authority. The extraordinary summit was convened as a sequel to the recent one held on 30 July 2023, following the illegal detention of President Mohamed Bazoum by the members of the Presidential Guard in the Republic of Niger on 26 July 2023. Present at the summit were the following heads of state and duly mandated representatives: His Excellency Patrice Talon, President of the Republic of Benin; His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, President of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire; His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana; His Excellency Umaru Sissoko Mbalo, President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau; His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Actually a stretch watch, okay? So I'm going to keep that clip for when I'm about to start taking calls so that you can have the full declaration of deployment or declaration of war in Niger, okay? You can have all the full copy, then we can take calls, okay? But let me take you to Museveni, talking about what is really playing out in Niger from the point of view of a dictator, somebody who has been in the game for a while, probably seen enough of those coups, or he himself escaped some in his lifetime of dictatorship in Uganda. Museveni, ladies and gentlemen, just leave the messenger, okay? Listen to the message. Important.
There is a crisis now in an African country known as Niger. I think some of our friends from West Africa know it better, Togo and Cameroon, they know it better. You have heard of the quarrels going on in Niger, in West Africa, about uranium being taken to Europe. That's how I came to know recently. When this crisis started, we started getting information that apparently Niger is exporting a lot of uranium to Europe and to France for them to use in their nuclear power stations to generate electricity for themselves. So this morning I took interest. I said, by the way, what is the electricity supply in Niger? Before you sell uranium to the other person, how about you? What's happening to you? Now I found, I was told, there is a measurement they call kilowatt hour per capita. Kilowatt hour per capita. Apparently, the kilowatt hour per capita of electricity in Niger is 51. 51. Every person in Niger is using 51 kilowatt hour per capita. The GDP of Niger is $613. Now, here in Uganda, our kilowatt hour per capita was very low, was like this some years ago. Was as low as this one of Niger. But now it's about 300. Still very low. But that's where it is. Then how about the United States? What is the kilowatt hour per capita of the United States? 12,000. 12,000. And there is a country called Iceland. It has got a lot of electricity. Of course, they have got a small population, but it is 54,000. Now, Uganda has got a lot of uranium. Some years ago, a Western company came and proposed to mine the uranium. They came here, said they want to mine the uranium. I asked them, mine it and take it where? They said, export it. That was their answer. I asked them, export it for what purposes? They told me, for the purposes of generating nuclear energy, for electricity, and other uses such as medicine, vector control, etc. I then asked them, have you heard a rumor that there are some human beings here in Uganda who need electricity, who need nuclear medicine, and who need vector control services? I asked them, you want to take the uranium, but have you heard a rumor that there are some human beings here? It's not confirmed that they are there, but could it be a rumor that there are some human beings here? Why don't you propose to build that capacity here for the benefit of these human beings who live in Uganda? And maybe we can put aside some quantity of uranium for supporting the economies of our friends in the West. After that, after you have addressed my issue, I can also share with you so that you also go and solve yours. But to tell me that you solve my problems, and forget yours, I cannot accept that. They never came back. They never came back. So the uranium of Uganda is sleeping in the ground until we are ready to use it. We have now agreed with the Russians and the Koreans to build 2 nuclear power stations for electricity of 15,600 megawatts total. Imagine, just 2 stations will produce 15,000 megawatts. One, 7,200 megawatts, the other one, 8,400 megawatts. Our biggest dam on the Nile is the Karuma with 640 megawatts. The hydro. The biggest opposition of our plan of building an integrated national economy has been mainly internal, from some elements of the political and bureaucratic classes who perform the role of comprador bourgeoisie, agents of foreign interests.
Us out of Museveni's, sorry, let me leave us out of Museveni's local politics. But normally, sorry, see, we all know that politicians are all talks, no action. But Museveni is a dictator, and is a proud dictator. You know, the kind of generation that believe that the whole country is like the father of the country, is so through all, 34 years as their president. So you begin to feel like, you know best and all of that. And he's a straight talker. Yeah, he is a straight talker. And in Africa, when you see any president who come out boldly to speak in defense of Africans, Africa resources and all of that, it doesn't matter how much failure they have in their country. They tend to kind of endear themselves to Africans generally. Like, yeah, a lot of you are so kind of loving that, didn't you? Like, I actually love this. I love what he's saying, because he was making sense. But for those of us who know politicians very well, we say politicians are all talks, no actions. Because before any action, there are 2 things you must know. What is in it for me and what is in it for others? Sure you get? But he actually made sense. He said he rejected them when they came to come and mine his own uranium in Uganda. He stood his ground and told them, before I can share mine with you, this uranium, do you even know that there are human beings that exist where you want to take that uranium that also need electricity? What is your plan for them? They never came back, he said. Russia came, Koreans came. According to him, they will now be exploring the uranium to the benefit of the Ugandans first, before others. That's how it should be, right? But you all know that it is a very sorry case when it comes to these Francophone countries. But with the meeting in Abuja today, it seems that the inevitable war, the disruption and destruction of the entire region, the influx of refugees from both ends and all sides are no longer it's coming, it's already here. I have been told that, I haven't confirmed this, that they have already started burning every identified Nigerian government properties in Niger Republic, like the embassy. I haven't confirmed this. But you can imagine how much is going to happen in the next 24 hours after this ECOWAS announcement. I mean, it's so direct. It is the communique, it is the final resolution. It is war in Niger. And if somebody tells you it is ECOWAS, not Tifnumbu, listen, just continue to console yourselves, okay? Say anything that makes you feel better. And go to bed and think you could probably have a sleep. Tonight may be probably the best sleep a lot of you are going to have in the next coming days and week. Tonight may be your best chance of having a proper sleep, if you have a chance for that. Because from tomorrow, you can only just imagine what the news will be coming from those parts. I mean, expectedly, Abi, let me take you back through the resolution of the ECOWAS. Ladies and gentlemen, when we finish watching this, we are going to take calls, okay? And I hope that we can have enough time tonight where a lot of you can actually chip in. Now we are now at the state of war. Nigeria is at the state of war with Niger Republic, and the bodies will soon start piling. This is the highest, I mean, the height of it, Abi, or maybe it is not. Kolu dragging Nigeria to war, and that announcement was made on the soil of Nigeria, where all of them were. Now, listen.
Extraordinary summit of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government on the political situation in Niger, 10th August 2023, final communique. The Authority of Heads of State and Government of the Economic Community of West African States convened in an extraordinary session in Abuja, Nigeria on 10th August 2023 under the chairmanship of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Chair of the ECOWAS Authority. The extraordinary summit was convened as a sequel to the recent one held on 30 July 2023, following the illegal detention of President Mohamed Bazoum by the members of the Presidential Guard in the Republic of Niger on 26 July 2023. Present at the summit were the following heads of state and duly mandated representatives: His Excellency Patrice Talon, President of the Republic of Benin; His Excellency Alassane Ouattara, President of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire; His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana; His Excellency Umaru Sissoko Mbalo, President of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau; His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Republic of Nigeria; His Excellency Macky Sall, President of the Republic of Senegal; His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone; His Excellency Faure Gnassingbé, President of the Togolese Republic; His Excellency Mamadou Tangara, Minister of Foreign Affairs, representing His Excellency the President of the Gambia; His Excellency Ambassador D. Maxwell Sarr Kemaya, Minister of Foreign Affairs, representing His Excellency the Head of State, the President of Liberia; His Excellency Belarmino Silva, Ambassador of Cape Verde, representing His Excellency the President of Cabo Verde. The summit was also attended by Evariste Gnassingbé, President of the Republic of Burundi; His Excellency Mohamed Ould Ghazouani, President of the Islamic Republic of Mauritania; Omar Aliou Touré, President of the Commission; His Excellency Leonardo Santos Simao, Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for West Africa and the Sahel and Head of ECOWAS; His Excellency Ambassador Bankole Adeoye, Commissioner for Peace and Security, representing the chairperson of the African Union Commission. The authority, having considered the memorandum presented by the President of the ECOWAS Commission on the current situation in the Republic of Niger, as well as ECOWAS engagement since the last extraordinary summit, and having considered the reports of the envoys of the chair to Niger and various other places, carefully considered the report and recommendations of the ECOWAS Committee of Chiefs of Defense Staff, extensively discussed the latest development in Niger since the last extraordinary summit held on 30 July 2023, noted that all diplomatic efforts made by ECOWAS in resolving the crisis have been defiantly repelled by the military leadership of the Republic of Niger. Taking note of the expiration of the one-week ultimatum given for the restoration of constitutional order in the Republic of Niger, decide as follows. A, reiterates its strong condemnation of the attempted coup d'etat and the continued illegal detention of President Mohamed Bazoum, his family, and members of his government. B, further condemns the condition in which President Bazoum is being detained and hold the CNSP fully and solely responsible for the safety, security, and physical integrity of President Bazoum, members of his family, and government. C, uphold all measures and principles agreed upon by the extraordinary summit held on Niger on 30th July 2023. Underscore the determination of the ECOWAS authority to keep all options on the table for the peaceful resolution of the crisis. Enforce all measures, in particular border closures and strict travel bans and assets freeze, on all persons or groups of individuals whose actions hinder all peaceful efforts aimed at ensuring the smooth and complete restoration of constitutional order. Warn member states who, by their action directly or indirectly, hindered the peaceful resolution of the crisis in Niger, about the consequences for their action before the community. Call on the African Union to endorse all the decisions taken by the ECOWAS authority on the situation in Niger. Further call on all partner countries and institutions, including the United Nations, to support ECOWAS in its effort to ensure a quick restoration of constitutional order in conformity with its normative instruments. Direct the President of the Commission to monitor the implementation of the sanctions. Direct the Committee of the Chief of Defense Staff to activate the ECOWAS standby force with all its elements immediately. Order the deployment of the ECOWAS standby force to restore constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. Underscore its continued commitment to the restoration of constitutional order through peaceful means. Express appreciation to His Excellency General Abdulsalami Abubakar, His Eminence Muhammadu Saad Abubakar, the Sultan of Sokoto, Ambassador Baba Kingibe, for the special envoy missions undertaken in Niger, Libya, and Algeria on behalf of the Chair of Authority. Express gratitude to His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Chair of the ECOWAS Authority, for convening the extraordinary summit and for the manner in which he has been conducting the affair of the community as Chair of Authority. Done at Abuja this 10th day of August 2023. I thank you.
Was the declaration of war on Niger Republic. And they were asking the African Union to urgently convene and endorse this sanction, like this action. They were also calling on United Nations to support them in this invasion of Niger Republic. Remember, one of the requests made by Tifnumbu to the National Assembly was to get their permission to rally the international communities for support while Nigeria Presidiot, lead the rest of West Africa on a military crusade in Niger Republic. Did you see the face of Sultan of Sokoto, by the way? Did you see his face? The face of Baba Gana Kingibe. the face of Abdulsalami Abubakar, those of them who kind of have an idea where this is headed and how powerless they are, sitting down there, unable to move a pin, because it is beyond them too. This is a proxy war that Nigeria is being dragged into. And here we are, voila, it is war o'clock. What time is it? War o'clock. Check your time. By this time tomorrow, if they did carry out their own threats, that will be the day one that Tifnumbu has dumped your constitution or whatever it is in the trash can. Some people are now saying, well, if the regional head of state decided to play the, what do you call it, to play the destroyer of the region by starting this proxy war for France and the West, no wahala. There are also secessionists in some of this part of Africa, especially Nigeria. Now the overstretched, overused, underpaid, less armed Nigerian soldiers or Nigerian army would have a lot and enough, more than enough, on their plates. What exactly is Tifnumbu thinking? What exactly is he thinking? What exactly is he trying to prove to who? And to those of you who probably have no idea what this thing actually means in the bigger context of it, there is war declared now officially. And this particular war is not sanctioned by the Nigerian Senate as it should be. So, which means we are going to, they've ignited what you can call multifaceted proxy war. Now, weapons will move freely, refugees will move freely, bodies will be carried here and there. At the end of the day, you know what will happen? They will now have to call for a meeting, peace meeting, peaceful resolution, after they must have killed those who shouldn't die. People who shouldn't die right now have been convicted. It's like they have been condemned to death, both in Nigeria and Niger Republic, as well as all the West African countries participating in this. So they are asking the Nigerian junta, don't try to fight also. We advise you, don't try to fight us. You are surrounded. And we also advise some of you African countries that are saying that you will defend Niger Republic if ECOWAS moving or anybody moving to that place. They are advising them, don't join or we will attack your own country too. So somebody was talking about the Alabama video. Have you seen the Alabama video? Right. There's this trending video. It happened in Alabama. It's a pool party. It's not even a pool party. So blacks and white, they were fighting and it was chaotic. Okay. At some point, right? Somewhere a guy actually dived into the pool and he swam across the pool to go and you know what I mean? Alabama video. This is what this France and America, this is what the scenario they have now created as we speak. If this their threat is carried out this evening and tomorrow, so everybody is going to be coming to punch everybody. Mali will come, punch Benin Republic. They say, there is an attack at Benin border. We don't know what happened. 60 people died. We don't know what is that. Who staged that? Burkina Faso will move and go and look for whether na Senegal, whether na any of this, whether na Togo, whether, even Nigeria, right? They will begin to be like Alabama video. Everybody going to punch everybody. That's the scenario that's about to play out in West Africa because of these puppets that choose to fight proxy wars rather than fight their own war. War against neocolonies or neocolonialism. War against poverty. War against economic strangulation or stagnation. War against corruption and impoverishment. You know what I mean? The real one that can actually be traced and say, oh, this is impactful on our people. The real war. But no. they will rather begin to further destroy. It's just to, you know what I mean? Like just to prove that Niger Republic cannot renegotiate whatever deal they have with France. Nobody does that. And then without consequences. You know, France is like, or EU or France is like this your horrible ex, your ex-man or ex-girlfriend or ex-wife or ex-husband that will just not understand the simple word, divorce. I want to divorce. I am no longer interested in this relationship. Please, I am done. You know that ex that doesn't want to hear that. The ex that would rather go to the end of the world to show to you that, no, now till death do us part. Oh. Sure, you know that kind of thing, like until we die. Oh. That's exactly what France is doing right now. We don't want renegotiation and all of that. In fact, there is even a latest report that said that America was initially contemplating of withdrawing from this invasion thing. Because according to them, right, the Niger junta seems to have agreed that America could stay. But they just don't want France anymore. But I just don't know why. Somehow, that stronghold that France or whatever have on Tifnumbu, that Tifnumbu will go against the constitution of his own country. Tifnumbu will declare war on another country using the ECOWAS as a proxy. Despite the National Assembly disapproval. That compromise must be very, very strong. If you ask me, now who I go ask? That's why I'm going to open the line for all of you to please tell us your own reaction to this. I mean, like you will react to this, won't you? There is war, and we may not have a clue of how many people will die or how long this is going to last. Kolu is selling the bobo that Nigerians in Niger, they are fine. Nigerians in Burkina Faso, they are fine. Nigerians in Mali, they are okay once they attack Niger Republic, because they are just going to go in there and they're going to remove those guys and put them aside and put the former president on board, and that's it. No wahala, no nothing, except if the junta fights them. Now the junta is waiting to fight them. If they have not started it already, Nigerians themselves have already trooped out. They are already mounting roadblocks, waiting for the arrival of those who want to come and save them. How is this going to play out? The terrorists, as they call them, the rebels up north, those ones too are collected, they are getting their own supply. So they will be moving down south too, to Niamey. So the showdown in the next 3 days, except if something just wield their big stick, like America, and say, hey, no, nothing like that. Then everybody will just change tone again and say, okay, no, we don't mean military attack. We meant that we will use military, blah, 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 blah. Except somebody wield that big hand, and only America feed them. Only America right now will stop what has already been plotted, perfected, and about to be delivered to the people of Niger Republic. If America look the other way and they are in on it, it's going to be a continued war that nobody will have a clue what the cost is going to be. I'll leave you to it. Let me go make myself another cup of tea, okay? So when I get back, I'll take calls, and then I'll take calls until I'm tired, right? Tonight. So, however, for those of you who are still here, like we are currently over 600 on Facebook, which is great. Thank you to all of you who tuned in, right? And we are over 4,000, nearly 4,300 on YouTube. And only 1,000 of you right now have managed to pay their own offering. Your offering is to just like the video. If I have over 4,000 of you on YouTube, what stops us from having at least 3,000 of you who find this enough, that you stayed back this long? So just leave the comment section for a moment and just tap the like. If you have done it, don't do it again, okay? And then just get your phone, dial it. The number is on your screen, okay? And then you can add your own voice to this tonight. I'll go make some tea.
Well,
Thank you. So I have managed to get 300 of you who went back there to go and drop their own offering. Thank you. You are the real brethren who kind of, support the GO. I have a caller already. So my caller, I know you can hear me, but you will need to hang on. I want to say something. So thank you to all of you who did that, okay? And if you haven't already, please go. Come on, go on there and just tap it. Pam. And that's the like. See, on Mayegun's Diary Political, we don't just talk about the happenings, like all of you love it, the update. Oh, that's amazing. I love this guy. I mean, I love his analysis and all of that stuff. And those who don't like the way I do it them as well, who don't like me, fine. You know what I mean? But that's not what we do. On this platform, we have had an opportunity, right, to touch people's lives. I'm talking about those who are like the victims of this bad government or bad leadership in Nigeria. You know that. So we've raised millions of our money, our personal money, pull them together, change people's lives in their most kind of a vulnerable time. We do that regularly here. It's called crowdfunding. But we all know, right, that if the government is actually existing, if there is an establishment, or sorry, if there is a system that actually cares for these people in Nigeria, we know they don't exist, okay? It wouldn't have been a big thing. Like, what's the biggie? Like, what's that, you know? But anyway, it's a big stuff for those who have come across and benefited from our goodwill, kind heart, and support over the years. So yesterday, I showed you a man that we actually saved his life. We saved that young man's life with the goodwill and kind-hearted people on this platform who put their resources together enough for an organization that I'm very much part of, right? A volunteering organization that is just out there, right, to do good. I won't say more. So we have already expended nearly ₦1 million on a man that the system or the establishment abandoned, like to die. Now, going forward, we felt like we're going to still help him and others like him. And you know who came there? The Agbadorians, those who are suffering and smiling suffer ahead. Right? We know that if we look at those who are mostly affected by the poverty in Nigeria, they are mostly those who have so much connection with APC, and I'm not making this up. In fact, it is the legacy of APC, that if you are poor, that is your own kind of, qualification. Like, poverty is like a virtue. In a way, you are made to believe that it is normal to remain poor, beggarly, and then as a servitude. It's unfortunate. So definitely, Mayegun, me and my own friends, right? We are not looking forward to you to be able to kind of donate money to support other people. You are already miserable. We can see that. I mean, like they say, right? You would think those who are supporting this APC, they have their own kind of life sorted out for them. The rest of you are just willing willers, complaining about the economy, complaining about the hardship and the rest. If you are APC, no, the hardship is not touching them. Like, that's how they made them believe. But these are beggarly guys, very, very wretched set of guys, like wretched. So do you think I'm looking forward to Agbado to come and raise funds? You are the type of people we are trying to save and help. So I'm not looking forward to you coming there. So one this madman came and said, you are attacking the first elected Yoruba president and you are asking us to donate money. You obviously, you will never, I have never come across any Agbado or Tifnumbu Lagos Abobaku that is not an Agbero, a beggar, or a pretender, somebody who is kind of living in denial. In the real world, you know them, right? So I'm not looking forward to you. We are not looking forward to you contributing and saving other people because you have none. You have none. And we can tell that. I have never come across any of you that's like surprisingly say, oh, I'm giving 1,000 naira. I'm giving 500 naira. You are mostly those who are in my comments begging me to do giveaway. So why would I look at to those who are begging me to do giveaway to come and contribute to help other people, wretched people, like for real? So listen, when you are on Mayegun's Diary Political, there's so much to be involved in if you want to, okay? But if you ended up being part of those who are looking forward to shutting down those who are exposing your criminal leaders, if that's all you pick, it's unfortunate for you. I'm so sorry I kept you waiting for this long. Are you still there?
I'm always here.
You must be one of the most patient Zeus I've come across. Yeah? How are you doing tonight?
You're unbeatable. You're unbeatable. You're fantastic. Thanks, you're unbeatable. And I'm always glad. I'm doing great. I just lost another uncle, so I have two uncles of mine now in the morgue.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, in the mortuary, I have two uncles. Two of them just died here in the same morgue as I'm talking to you right now.
Did that just happen, like between yesterday and now?
Yeah. You know, I told you last week that I lost one. Then the second one just happened again. Yeah, the second one just happened again. So they are both.
And where is that? Is that back in Nigeria or in the US?
Nigeria, of course. Nigeria keep happening to me. I don't know why, but now this is the worst that I actually felt. So that's why we will always preach and push back.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Let me go ahead with the factors that are happening. Like if you look at what is going on at this moment, the Westerners, they come to our continent, they take everything they can take, but they don't want to bring any industry. Like I saw the Coop, not that I support Coop, but I saw the Coop is saying, if you want uranium in our country, why not you're using it to build power plants? We depend on Nigeria for our own energy supply. Why can't you use our own uranium to make us have energy without depending on Nigeria? They come to our continent, they take our stuff, cocoa, rubber, anything they can take. And they're not even making us enjoy the resources that come out of our land. Nigeria have oil, come on. And we don't even have a working refinery. That is how they do us, as if we're animals. Like we don't think. This whole thing, all of them come out from our soil, our land, blessed land. But we don't have no industry to stand up or anything to stand up and say, this come from our land before you do any contract with us. Okay, build us a refinery then. Let's have our own refinery where we can refine what comes out of our land.
Set up oil rigs, extracting our oil, but it's difficult to set up refineries? I don't understand.
How can you be exploiting from us and we don't even have avenue to have access to what you exploit from us? And again, I want to say something very critical before I leave. Maegu, Africa rejected the COVID vaccine because our leaders cannot afford it and we're skeptical about it. So we rejected that shit. Guess what they're trying to do now? The population of the world, they're trying to reduce it. Guess what they're trying to do? They want to plant war in Africa. That's all what they want to do. They want us to start killing each other broad daylight. That's why they don't talk anything about the Boko Haram slaughtering 200, 300. They don't care. They just want the population African population to be reduced. And that is why, that is why what Tinubu is doing at this moment, I don't even get it. If you're a pure African, a real African, and I don't know what they have on him, because they're telling us they're gonna wait till 2026 before FBI gonna release anything. These guys know exactly what they're doing, man.
Like there must be consequences, Zeus, right? Like the National Assembly clearly said they rejected that request of his, or they kind of no, you can't do that. Continue with the mediation and all of that. That's better.
But you know that Nigeria do not have a constitution.
Has things really got bad that it can get away as well?
It's bad. It's bad because we don't have a constitution.
Damn it.
And any country that does not obey their constitution or their judges, look at, where is Iboho today? Where's Nnamdi Kanu? Where you, Mayegu, where am I? This is the same system that make us not to be there trying to fight for our people. Whenever we open up our mouth, I don't know, but I want to send a message to Nigerian military as well.
Please.
Hey, the Nigerian military should pay attention. This guy retired almost all the head military folks, gave them bulletproof cars, gave them money, because he's scared too that this shit can hit the fan. We all are trying for a better country where we can come home to. That's all we want. Nigerians are not that too much demanding.
No.
Give us power supply, give us good roads, create jobs for us. We're not that hard. We don't demand too much from this system.
No.
But what they're doing to us is they poop us. And it's not going to continue this way. And Mayegu, I thank you so much.
Thank you, sis.
And for keep on giving me the number one spot every role. I
At least
appreciate you.
something to relax with, I know. And you too should accept our condolences, by the way, all right, for your losses.
Yeah, I have two uncles in the morgue, Mayegu. It's okay. Thank you so much.
I can only imagine, right, what that is, right? But again, stay safe.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're my brother. I love you. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, bye.
Nice one. So I have another caller on the line here. Hello.
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
Good evening there.
Yeah, my brother, I've been watching you. Thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you, man.
My name is Beatrice. I'm also a Nigerian.
Amazing. So, my lady,
Yeah.
Lady Beatrice, right there. You're welcome, by the way. Please.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Most times I feel like I've been passing through health issues. I'm a journalist, but because of my health issues, I've not been able to practice.
Oh, sorry about that.
And what is happening in that country, what they are doing in Niger is exactly what is also happening in Nigeria. We have enough oil. We have enough refinery before. They ran it down. I'm trying to get away from my laptop where I'm watching.
It's all right. Take your time.
Yes. And then